are an embodied reflection of Source. You are thus infinitely empowered, abundant, and a co-creator with your context always. You are an alchemist. Divination works because the web of life is intelligently organized with coordinated and storied agency. Let's take a look at the stories playing out now. Hi everyone, welcome to your November 2016 Alchemy Scope. So as you know, I work with the new moon cycles, and this new moon, the symbol, everybody, is amazing. So relevant, poignant, completely on point for what a lot of us are going to need as these energies have been so intense lately. So let's take a look. Now, when we talk about the new moon symbol, we're looking at the story that is imbued for all of us. So on the collective macrocycle level, for all of humanity, what is the growth cycle now? The new moon Sabian symbol that's going to be occurring on the 30th of October at 10:38 a.m. Pacific time is a calm lake bathed in moonlight. Amazing. And look at where it's happening in Scorpio. The degree is 7 degrees 44 minutes. So before we look at the symbol, let's look at the point where the symbol is located. This new moon at this 7 degree 44 minute point is amazing, because if we look at the number 7, this is the chariot in the tarot. And the original meaning of the tarot was a human evolutionary school. It was a teaching system for our growth and evolution. 7 was the mastery of the mind. It is the mastery of the mind. It's the completion state of the mind, body, spirit tier. So this is mastery of the mind. If we look at 44, 4 is stability and support. It is an angel number. 44 is associated with the archangels. 4 and 4 together is 8. 8 is infinity. It's source. So this is about mastery of the mind through source. And of course, 7 is also the mysteries. 7 is also magic. 7 is also investigation. All of this is completely relevant for a calm lake bathed in moonlight. The keynote that Dane Rudyard has for this particular symbol is a quiet openness to higher inspiration. And he says, it tells us that beyond all efforts lays the need for peace and the readiness to accept the illumination from above. Everybody, this is a time frame over the course of November 2016 where we are supported. We're supported if we open up. We're supported by spirit to calm our mind, to be in peace with the shifts and the changes going on. There is support, but we're going to need to open to it because it is infused in the story on the collective during this month. So let's go ahead and move on now to the individual signs and see what the specifics are for your particular demographic. Aries, let's take a look and see what's going on for you over this cycle. So let's start with the I Ching to establish the Aries microcycle. What is the underpinning narrative for the Aries demographic evolutionary storyline? What's happening? You received 2 hexagrams. The first was number 31, mutual attraction. It came with changing lines, and it became number 33, retreat. Now, typically I take these in tandem. They're connected. So the underpinning story for you has to do with mutual attraction, which has to do with an attraction to either a person or a relationship or something else. It could be a thread of interest that is pulling you, that's attracting you. Retreat, number 33, retreat, has to do with there's some resistance. There's goals that are meeting resistance. And because of that, it's a natural time frame, Aries, for you to actually withdraw and retreat and attend to the details on your own, but that the flow of positive energies around whatever the attraction is for you now is not flowing optimally. So, for you, there's some resistance in the wind, some resistance in the flow to the mutual attraction that is playing out for you. Now, again, you're all different. It could be that some of the mutual attractions that we're talking about here is an attraction to a person or a relationship, or it's an attraction to a path, something that's pulling you, either creative projects or work, or a new move, a new location, which let's look now at your spread that came up. Now, if we look here at the reading, Aries, we can see place. Place is at the center of the reading, which means that the center of your focus over, and again, this is a general reading. We're tapping into the general evolutionary cycle of the Aries demographic. So for a lot of you out there, you're going to recognize that there is place or where you belong at the center of your focus, your attention, your energy. And it's also going to be in your desire set, you know? So where do you belong? What place do you belong is going to be part of it. But I also think standing your ground is very distinctly part of your storyline now. You are standing your ground. You're feeling like you want to root and you want to establish what is yours. That's what I really get for you, Aries. So if we look at the down at the base of the spread there, you can see the truth alignment card. This has to do with what is aligned for you, your soul print. So what is it for me as an Aries that feels aligned, and what is my truth that I am aligning to? What's my place? Who am I and what's my place in how it aligns to who I am? The interesting thing is up at the top of the reading, you can see preparation and man masculine. Now, it could be that this is a man, or it could be that this is talking about your action set, your masculine aspect of self. So preparing for action, in other words, okay? It could be that the truth for you is that you're preparing yourself over the course. Remember, mutual attraction, retreat. You're kind of going within, very much like Gemini. Gemini had kind of a similar flavor to their reading, a little bit different, but similar flavor. For you, it's with the retreat to mutual attraction. Any resistance that you're experiencing, you are to go within and simply attend to your own details. And what I'm getting with the reading is that this really has to do with your stuff, your place, what belongs to you. And you are preparing in, I think, a very masculine, action-oriented way. You're preparing for future action. Now, again, for some of you, that is talking about a man. Or men in general. It could be men in general. It could be that the truth of who you are is starting to align with how you see yourself in relationship with a man or with men in general. Again, how you relate in a general way. But it all has to do with you, because the place in the center card really has to do with your grounded, rooted footing. How you stand in the world, where you stand in the world, what is yours, what is yours. Now, over in the spiritual sector on the right, you can see the new card there. And there's the man there with a bird. I think it's supposed to be St. Francis there. And this is new spiritual insights are going to be coming to you over the course of the cycle. New spiritual insights. And again, down at the base, it has to do with what is aligning for you. What is your alignment to self? Life is all about alignment. And so there's new insights about truth for you. And you are preparing for action. And with the retreat card coming up, you are figuring out what belongs to you, and you're figuring out how to root that, how to protect that. And we'll talk about the Dakini in a second, which is perfect. So in the emotional sector, over on the left side of the reading, you can see the ask card, occasional, intention, and hope. And what this is talking about is emotionally, over this cycle, you're going to feel curious. You're going to ask questions. You're going to be doing some investigations. You're going to be knocking on people's door, perhaps, and doing some footwork. You're going to be doing some groundwork, some background work, some research. You're going to be curious. But more than that, the occasional card is coming up, which means that you're going to be curious, emotionally curious, about what is very rare, like rare, unusual things are going to be coming forward. And again, it has to do with the new insights spiritually that are coming up for you. So there's new ideas that are coming up for you, unusual ideas, things that are rare, like rare opportunities or rare pictures of what you think would make you happy. So you're going to be curious about the distinctness or the rarity of image that's coming to you, the symbols, the desires that are coming to you. And it is linked to your intentions. So this has to do with the intentions for you, the intentions for your life, what you intend for your work in the world, for how you want to be a healer in this world. You know, this is big. And it's based in optimism. So the hope card is at the base of the emotional sector, which means that you're going to be feeling optimistic. You're going to be feeling curious. You're going to be feeling willing to go into the occasional or rare pictures of how you see yourself or how you see yourself feeling in relationship, whether that's a man or in the actions that you're going to take going forward when your work or creative projects, your collaborations, whatever it is. And it has to do with your intentions for yourself. But it's all based in optimism. So there is going to be, as you kind of stand your ground in who you are, you're going to be feeling more optimistic. You're going to be receiving spiritual insights. You're going to be grounded in what's your truth and your alignment. And you are going to be preparing for future action. Now, let's take a look at the Dakini that came for you. You received number 37, Protectress. Now, this Dakini is fiery. It's a fiery protector. Okay? And so what Penny Slinger writes here is, she who protects the sanctity of the mandala of self. I'm going to repeat that, Aries. She who protects the sanctity of the mandala of self. Now, I really do believe that a lot of you out there are going to have insights and awakenings, and you're going to want to protect them. You're going to want to protect these alignments to who you are. Now, I could go deeper in this because I have a feeling this is really going to be talking to a lot of you having insights and ideas about new businesses that you want to start, and I want to have you honor that. I want my guidance to you, my sincere guidance is honor that. So if you have businesses that are starting to emerge through your psyche, if you have insights and intuitions, I want you to start acting on those, preparing for future action. Okay, so I'm going to let that land. But Protectress is very distinctly talking about protecting what is hers. Okay, so your place in the world, your reputation in the world, where you belong in the world, where your feet stand in the world, that is your journey over this month. It's going to be very activated. So Aries, if for those of you out there who desire a personalized alchemy scope to tap into your very distinct soul print journey over this chapter, the link to my website is below. I'm sending you so much love, and I'll talk to you again next month. Bye.